Jared would like to ask you a question, Cam.
It just begs the question. You set it up, and I don't know you that well. Where if you didn't lose it at your parents' house?
It's okay, Jared. Continue.
If you didn't lose it at your parents' house.
Sorry?
If you didn't lose it at your parents' house, where'd you lose it?
I lost it in an attic in London, Ontario. But anyway, we're not going to get to details. Things got a little bit wild that night.
Pat Mayo Experience.
Welcome to the Pat Mayo Experience, the final show of 2025. But that's okay. If you're in 2026, you can still watch because it is the Week 18 NFL Best Bets. Who's got things to play for? Who doesn't? How are we going to pick these games? Maybe Week 18, not as difficult as you think. Or maybe it's even more difficult. Who knows? We'll see when the results come out. Smash the like while you're here. Sub to Mayo Media Network because we have a year in review dropping on New Year's Day on January 2nd. I have an extensive interview with Michael Kim about his season, the upcoming season, the tournaments he's playing, some of his friends that are playing in some of the early season tournaments. And it's a fantastic interview. I recorded it yesterday. It was the best one I've done with Michael Kim so far. So please, if you're not a big golf head, checking out the inside the life, inside the ropes of a professional golfer is pretty cool. So check out that show on Friday, plus more football coming to you every single week of the playoffs. Rob Pizzola is dead or sick or something. He's not here. Cam's here.
That was awful. I'm like laughing. Rob Pizzola's dead. No, Rob's he's been beat down from all of his platforms, right, Pat? Those live streams and missing the turtle and all the other things that happened with Tortellini, but get better, Rob. That's the whole thing about this time of the year. Ben will tell you too, like these shows over the holidays, it's grind city. You're doing a lot of work and you just want to lie in bed and kind of just bet and sleep, but it doesn't work that way.
Ben Rasa from oddshopper.com is on with us right now. You're having a tough month. Is it bowl season that's getting you, or is it the NFL, or is it like African soccer?
I'm just perpetually beat down here. Cam just said it. It's just a grind right now. A lot of different sports. College basketball's here, college football with the portal, but I'm excited to drop on, talk a little Week 18, and see what we can do here.
Do you have any specific cap for Week 18, knowing that some teams are incentivized to play, others aren't? Because I tried to bring this up with Cust and Jeff, and neither really had a conclusive answer, and I don't either. But I feel like for every time that we think of a team, like I guess Denver, the Chargers is probably a good example this week. We're not expecting the Chargers to play anyone. The Broncos are going to play everyone. It's like, oh, of course the Broncos are going to shellac them. But Cam, you must have noticed over the years, a lot of these teams that have nothing to play for just outright win.
Great call, Pat. This is actually good because you get inflated lines. We talk about backup and third string quarterbacks. This could be absolutely applied to Week 18 in the NFL. These lines are nuts. They're opening up at 6.5, 5-point line movements. That's the whole thing. And I try to tell people, I'm not the smartest guy or the sharpest knife in the drawer, but I know one thing. Backups want to make more money. Backups have kids. Backups have family. The coach might, he's got to play for a job too. So the general manager might want to tank. Other people will, but the coach, remember when Flores won, Ben? He's like, talked about that. He's like, I don't care. You're going to be fired anyway. Let's go out and win one for the coach. He's like, oh yeah, you're fired, by the way. Like, I get it. General managers want higher draft picks, but it's like, I love Max Crosby. I love what he says. He's like, I don't give a shit about your draft picks. I care about me and the team and the guys I'm playing for. This is our family. You want to worry about draft picks, worry about draft picks, Pat. So you get these inflated numbers. Some teams do their job, but I'll tell you, there's going to be something out there. Remember Andy Dalton, where he gave all that money to the Buffalo fans when they got Buffalo into the playoffs, gave to Dalton's charity, and they were huge underdogs against Baltimore. This stuff happens all the time, every year. So look for the inflated line. You guys are data guys, right? I'm just saying, wow, this line went from -7 to -11.5. So you can find some value with some pooches.
The problem, Ben, is that some of these teams that are incentivized versus the non-incentivized teams are going to absolutely rout them. And that side of it happens too. It's just trying to figure out which is which.
Yeah, it's delicate, but it is true. Like tanking happens before the game with personnel. Like when whoever's on the field, to me, it's all systems go. Like those guys, for a lot of them, this is the biggest game of the year. This is an opportunity to put a lot of stuff on film. Look at Malik Willis. He made himself a lot of money on Saturday, I think. There's no doubt about it. But I do think there is like kind of micro edges where you talk about some teams that there's a difference to me between being out of it when you were expected to be in it, and being out of it for 1 week because you have the playoffs. So like there are different levels of teams. Some of these teams, like the Titans we were talking about before the show, they've been out of it since what, week 2? I mean, it's a little different for them versus a team like the Lions, who underwhelmed to such an extreme degree.
I can get on board with that. So that's going to be very interesting to parse through. The other part is going to be that it's funny that you mentioned Malik Willis and he made himself a bunch of money. Are your New York Jets going to sign Malik Willis, Ben?
I could see it. I'm hoping we get maybe give me Burrow or something. But yeah, I could definitely see that happening, and then I could see it not working out. These are all very, very logical steps that the Jets would take.
That's one too many Jets fans on the show. Cust and Rasa, what are we doing here? Jets Television Network?
Times.
Oh boy, we got big problems.
I just want Tua to be the Jets quarterback. That's all.
Still can happen.
That is my 2026 wish. My New Year's wish is that Tua ends up starting week 1 for the Jets.
Honest to God, though, like, what's Tua's problem? Playing in cold, like, our arm strength, like, it's New York, it's Meadowlands. Like, I want a quarterback that can literally cut through any type of titanium with his ball. You need a guy with a strong arm. Like, that stadium's got a lot of it's not like it's in Florida or anything like that, guys. It gets cold.
Tua went in and beat the Jets this year.
Yeah, he's also played that Pittsburgh game. And he's floating up balls left, right, and center. So it's a lot. Pat, what's his record again in the cold? It's not very good, is it?
No, the Jets have a terrible record. It's a perfect.
It's
just for my selfish purposes. Cust hates Tua so much. It would be hilarious to see him as the Jets quarterback.
Ben, what's your other teams? You like self-inflicted pain. I like this guy.
I know. I mean, I do root for the New York teams, but I root for the Jazz in basketball. That's why.
Oh, I love this. The Jazz.
That's my dog.
JJ.
Yeah, dog growing up name was Jazz. The Jazz Raz is my DFS
Amazing.
name. Who else?
Baseball?
Yeah, I root for your Leafs a little bit. I don't really have a hockey team because the Rangers have talked about disgrace themselves.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I got my heart for Whalers. I miss them. Used to root for them. I'm a mixed bag. I root for a lot of different teams.
Well, you guys you guys are covering bowl season. You've college football all year. And maybe you're not draft scouts by any means, but is Mendoza really actually that good?
I think Mendoza, Pat, in my opinion, he's not one of those prototypical big, I'm going to blow you away. But you know what I like about him? And Gabe brought up a really good point when we did our show. He's a football nerd. And that's a guy I want on my team. I want a guy that's going to take the playbook. Remember Kyler Murray when he grabbed the playbook and he's like, whatever, and they put money in it and then return it to the coach and they found the money, meaning you didn't read the book. It's like, what are you doing? Like, we gave you a homework assignment. You didn't finish your assignment. I think Mendoza brings a lot of grit, upgrade. I don't know how you feel, Ben. I think he's good. Is he a generational quarterback? No, but he's better than anything the Raiders have. And I probably see him playing with the silver and black.
Yeah. To me, he's the type of guy higher floor than most, but I think lower seat. I would be really stunned if he's transcendently good. I'd also be stunned if he's just completely inept. I think he's going to be a pretty solid player. It's just a debate of when you have the number 1 pick, I always think about that. I use Alex Smith always as my barometer.
I love Alex Smith.
He was really good, but he was the number 1 pick. Would you have thrown that back or would you have taken that as the number 1 pick? He's the perfect balance to me. Really solid for a long time, but never the best quarterback. But
also a guy that almost had his leg amputated and still wanted to play football. So you could say he has the heart of a lion. He's a really tough guy. Ben brings it up perfectly, Pat. Mendoza's good, and I think he's serviceable. But the problem with the Raiders is, as I said before, they should be driving a Corolla instead of a Ferrari. You don't go draft Ashton Genty, a running back out of the Mountain West Conference at Boise State. Then you go, Brock Bowers is arguably the best tight end in the league. Maybe McBride. There's a couple other good ones, but you know what I mean? You need offensive linemen and defensive linemen, and that's why the Seattle Seahawks have flipped with the Raiders. You get rid of Geno Smith, even with a mistake-prone quarterback like Darnold. We picked Gray Zabel. He's been great. Emin Wara from South Carolina, an amazing defensive player. You have to build, basically it's like life. You take that job in the middle of fucking nowhere, like me and Yellowknife or whatever, and then you work back your way to the city. You know what I'm saying? So that's the way I look at it. It's Raiders, you're not going to get a job in New York City out of college. Why don't you go work in small markets, and then we'll talk about it later when you get some experience. That's
a great comp. That's how I ended up in Matawan, New Jersey.
Yeah, you got it, Pat. Right for me, Yellowknife and friggin' I told you, my mom, before she passed away, I'll never forget that night. I'm drinking wine with my mom. I go, Mom, I got job offers. Ben, we used to send in cassettes. I got 3 offers. Dauphin, Manitoba, like Brooks, Brooks, Alberta, like it's like far middle of nowhere, and Yellowknife, Northwest Territories. And my mom, she's like, son, if you're going to do something stupid, do it real stupid. I think you should go to Yellowknife. I go, that was my first instinct too. My buddy took the other job in Manitoba. He quit in like 2 weeks, and Pat, I stayed for 5 years. The rest is history. Now I'm working with you guys.
5 years in the Arctic?
Yeah, amazing times. I miss it a lot, actually. The problem is I don't go back because I can get an all-inclusive vacation in Cabo for like 3 weeks. For 3 weeks for the same price it cost me to fly to damn Yellow. Canada, like getting around in Canada, ask Pat. It's not fun. Like unless you're going from major city to major city, like I could literally, it probably cost me, Pat, what do you think? Flying to Yellowknife return? At least $2,000.
Yeah, probably less than that. It would cost that for me because I'm farther away. But I think that's the part about Canadian air travel that people forget. Yeah, it's like flying into, like if you can fly into Gatwick instead of Heathrow going into London, the taxes at Gatwick are so much lower. So your ticket is going to be lower going into Gatwick, but Heathrow has some of the biggest like landing taxes in the world. And there's a ton of landing taxes at a lot of the airports in Canada anyway. And Canada's so goddamn big.
It's huge.
Like for example, I can fly from the Halifax airport, Ben, to Berlin direct in a shorter amount of time than I can fly to Vancouver.
Yeah, that that makes sense logically, but that's also
it's also stupid.
Absurd.
Even though it makes sense logically, it's dumb.
But it's close. Like Berlin is closer to Halifax than Vancouver is.
Yeah. Canada's
ever
huge.
been to the Yukon? Going to like Whitehorse?
Yeah, I've been. Actually, I'm going to tell you something, Ben. And no offense to all my friends in Yellowknife, and God, I wish I could go back for a visit. I miss so many people up there. But I was, the Yukon. Actually, Whitehorse, I would consider probably one of the nicest spots, like north of Edmonton in the world. Like it's, the Yukon is actually a little bit nicer. From like I was only there for a very short time. Also been to Alaska for the Arctic Winter Games. That was fun. Pat, I missed my opportunity. I had a chance to go to Greenland, and that one didn't happen, or else I would have been like hit the whole Arctic visiting. Wow. Yeah, Ben even went on the Arctic Ocean in Pelly Bay, just south of. Literally, there's no airport. It's like a trailer. You just show up there. Pat, the cigarette smuggling game in the north is a lot of fun too, because some communities are dry too. So our boss is like, you have reporters that when their first job, they go to these like really, really remote locations. So you go to visit them and we're carrying like 5 hockey bags full of like Crown Royal, cartons of smokes, because that stuff, as I told you, a bottle of Sunny D back in 2000, I think when I was there, is like $39. Can of Coke was like $4 back in 2000.
That's brutal.
Yeah, so the government subsidizes like milk, eggs, bread, like stuff like that. That because they have ice roads. You know how expensive it is to get that stuff up there? People don't understand the logistics. It's impossible, right? Anyway, wow, history lesson. This episode brought to you by Northwest Territories Tourism and the Yukon.
It's funny that you mentioned
the midnight sun.
It's funny you mentioned Greenland, though, because I was talking to my grandfather the other day. I'm trying to get like a bit of his backstory. He's been fairly guarded throughout the years. He's not that old. He's 80 now, but he is my grandfather. Yeah. So he was a pilot, like a commercial pilot, until he was 60, and then he retired. But he started off, he's from Newfoundland, and he worked in Labrador flying bush planes. So he'd fly these bush planes from Labrador into Greenland in like the early 60s. And he still says like flying into the Greenland airport is still the most terrifying thing in the world. It's between like 2 mountains, and you have to go over the mountain and just drop onto like a runway.
That is so cool, Pat. I never even knew that about your backstory. Like that's awesome. No, people don't understand too, like flying up there. Like it's not, oh my God, I love these NFL guys, right, Ben? Oh, it's cold. It's -4. I'm taking a leak up there and it freezes before it hits the ground. It's -42 Celsius, not Fahrenheit, people. Like in the Arctic, it's over -50. Like you can wear a parka, whatever. Like it's just, the winds are just, they're biting. It's just, yeah, Pat, I got to tell you, you have to be really skilled to be a pilot up there. And I flew a lot of those, like, remember those shows, Bush Pilots, like Buffalo Airways and stuff like that? Like, these shows are on like Discovery Network and stuff. Yeah, I've been on a few of those planes. It's pretty wild stuff.
The other story he told me was, Ben, do you know what St. Pierre and Miquelon is?
Who?
It's an island off of Newfoundland, but it's technically in the EU. It's a French territory.
Wow.
It sounds French, yeah.
So
French.
That sounds French, yeah.
So where my grandfather's from is not too far in Newfoundland from St. Pierre and Miquelon. It's like not that far from the actual like mainland of Newfoundland, of the island. So he was telling me like, the 70s, they would just like try to scam booze off of the subsidized French St. Pierre and Miquelon and smuggle it back into Newfoundland. Just ridiculous stuff.
Good hustle. I like your grandfather already. I like his game.
Well, he's not on that anymore. Now he just spends his time on Kijiji flipping boats, buying them for like $3,000 and selling them for $10,000.
Oh, my former roommate used to be a Lego entrepreneur. He'd find like Lego sets and flip them, and he made more money than me doing these radio shows. I don't even know how he did it. The guy knew which Lego. Like Ben, I've learned so much about Lego. It's like the guy had like Lego in my garage. I'm like, what's in these boxes? Like, is this drugs? No, it's Lego. I got like a Dutch Lego collection that I bought for 200 that I sold for like 2,000 to a guy. I'm like, the guy like basically how people buy gold and minerals. This guy's buying Lego sets and flipping them. Pretty smart dude.
Yeah, what's the shady activity you got going on in your life, Ben?
Yeah, I know. I feel like what is going on? I thought betting African soccer was like as low as you can go. I got
that's not even like, that's horrible.
Smuggling stuff to the Yukon. We're driving it, flying into Nook over mountains. Apparently, what the hell is going on the show?
Yeah, Pat, we let this one go off the rails with Pizzola. You know, Ben's nicer. Pizzola be, your grandfather's a crook, Cam. Yeah, sure. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, he'd be all over us. But man, Pat, we got to talk about his backstory more because I find things like this fascinating.
Yeah, I'm actually trying to get him to come in here and like record his life story, just so I can have it on tape. It's not like a show or anything, but just him telling it to me so I can remember it.
Yeah, and you can play it to your children and stuff. That's kind of important, I think. Like, I don't have any grandparents. They passed away very young, so I don't even remember them. Like, I think that's, Pat, if you can get them to do that, I think that's very important.
Recapping last week, what's really important is we all went 2-1. That's good. I got off my 4-week schneid of being like 1-2 or 0-3. And Cam, we hit the teaser last week as well. After a 2-week losing streak, we're 10-7 on the 6-point teases.
Great stuff. No, I was literally at a bar and everybody's like rolls. It's a Pittsburgh Steeler bar. Too many Steeler fans there, which is already a
do they
problem.
get mad that you pick against the Steelers every week?
Yeah, no, they do too. They know what I have and I have real money on it, and then they cheer against me. It's like it's kind of the thing. And I know they really like me, but they think it's funny. I'm like, I'd rather be like kicked in the balls or punched in the face. Like, I have real money on these games. Like, I have this game in the Super Contest. Like, I have Cleveland. Like, these guys don't seem to understand that, like, we bet real money on this stuff. It's not the $10 pool that we all enter at the bar, $20. Like, anyway, it was me and one guy, and it was Cleveland, and everybody was cheering for Pittsburgh. God, that game felt good when the Browns won, Pat. I got to be honest with you. That was a really happy time. Then I got annihilated with Jameson shots. Merry Christmas.
You're not a big New Year's guy, though, are you?
No, New Year's sucks. Yeah. Actually, I told you, my girlfriend went home. We're prepping for like New Year's Day. Gabe and I are on shows. We do the college stuff because all the New Year's Day games, Ben will tell you, there's huge games. Rose Bowl, all the big ones are on New Year's Day. So my New Year's is going to be literally after I finish work after 4:00 on New Year's Day. That's my New Year's.
Ben, are you a New Year's guy? You don't strike me as a New Year's guy.
Absolutely not. I don't like New Year's. It's the most everyone knows this, just highly overrated, particularly like in New York. Like I would rather do anything than be caught in the city.
I love you, Ben. And you know, I'm going to tell you, New Year's too, every year, Pat, me and my girlfriend, like we talk like, oh, this year's going to be better. We're going to get some crazy good. And then it's just like, no, like I'm done. Like let's just continue to live life and grind the way we are. New Year's, it's kind of like Christmas. It's for the children. It's one of those things, you know what I mean? You want to get wasted and fall down a bunch of stairs, go be it. We've all made mistakes before. And Pat, I'll tell you, now I know about children. Like, I went to up past Uxbridge with my family, 23-person dinner, and you know, I had no Christmas spirit. And I'm just cracking jokes and we're watching. Then the kids came in and opened the presents, and I had a tear in my eye. They're like, yeah, I got a Blue Jays jersey. I got this, I got that. I'm just watching the kids, and I'm like, Christmas is about kids. Like, screw the adults. We're just there to eat and drink. You know what I mean? But that's probably the happiest time of the year when you see kids happy opening gifts.
Oh, 100%. I wouldn't say New Year's Eve is a kid's game. I would say New Year's Eve is like a 20 to 25 thing. I used to love New Year's Eve. I've never actually gone out to a club, anything like outside. There would just always be a giant house party somewhere with like 60 people that you know. And speaking of falling downstairs, we then had to repair my house the next day after New Year's Eve when I hosted because my friend went head first down the stairs and put his head through the wall.
Yep, that happens, Pat. Many memories at Hotel Stewart, they used to call it, for when the Blue Jays won their first World Series. I'm like, use the coasters. I got guys going through drywall, plants over. I'm just, My mom's locking doors because friends, I think every one of my friends lost their virginity in my house except for me. Gold pick.
Gold pick.
That is a gold pick.
Sexual relations at Hotel Stewart gold between the ages of 17 and 23. Oh yeah, Pat, it was crazy. My mom had a great trick though. God, I love her. They used to go away, and my dad, I still joke with him about it, and leave me no food. Like I'd go in the fridge and go, it's like, Otto, I had mustard. They'd leave condiments, and then they'd make me fend for myself. They're like, we know you're going to party, and they'd lock every room in the house. They had like locks, and then I had a basement, so just go down to the basement if you want to get down and dirty. Anyway, lots of great memories. I agree. We used to party at New Year's. You're right. It's a young person's game. Now that we're old, I'm 50. No thanks. I just want to sit there and watch TV.
Jared would like to ask you a question, Cam.
It just begs the question. You set it up, and I don't know you that well. Where if you didn't lose it at your parents' house?
It's okay, Jared. Continue.
If you didn't lose it at your parents' house.
Sorry?
If you didn't lose it at your parents' house, where'd you lose it?
I lost it in an attic in London, Ontario. But anyway, we're not going to get to details. Things got a little bit wild that night.
Gold pick.
I didn't see it coming, literally and figuratively. I was just like, whoa, what's going on here? Anyway, so what are we doing? Pat, what happened?
What goes on this show?
Ben, yeah. Basically, you've turned into the Playboy Network. Early morning edition with Mayo and Cam. Yeah, that's just like, no, we just talk about, we don't know where the show is going. It just goes.
It just goes.
Yeah, we don't know. Anyway, Jared, it didn't happen at my house. Got close one night, but partied a little bit too much. I was one of those guys too. I was always like, Pat, with the friends and stuff. Hey, let's drink more beer and do funnels and bots. You know what I mean? Like I should have been like more about like meeting women instead of just getting drunk with a bunch of idiots that I don't even talk to anymore. That would have been a good move.
Life lesson. That can be on Cam's Life Hacks Gold Pick.
Cam's Life Hacks.
It's either that or the
women, less drunks.
Yeah, that or the liquor tampons you were telling me about.
That's my girlfriend's move. That's not mine. Great for smuggling.
Ben, is this like the Odd Shopper shows?
Yeah, this is, it's like looking in the mirror. This is basically the show I do every morning, just repurposed. So no surprises here.
All right, people, it's that time of year again. The Mayo Cup is officially open. That's right, your yearly reminder that you could win life-changing money if you stop making coward picks and actually commit to greatness. Let's talk stakes, because the Mayo Cup, not messing around. $110,000 to first place. $110,000 actual real dollars. And with your $250 entry, you're playing for a prize pool of $1.2 million. That's 7 figures of pure, delicious fantasy golf sweat. And this season, the Mayo Cup is fully available in the Fanball app. Week-to-week picks, leaderboard sweats, berating yourself for fading the guy who wins by 6. You can do it all right from your phone. So head to the Fanball app, search for the Mayo Cup, and get yourself entered. $1.2 million in prizes. $110,000 to the winner. Just $250 to play. This is the year. Unless you blow it again. But hey, you might not. Sign up now. The contest tees off January 15th. I gotta tell you about pre-alcohol, my secret weapon before a night out. I used to choose a great night or a great next day. Now, I get both with ZBiotics. It's the world's first genetically engineered probiotic made by PhD scientists to fight rough mornings. Alcohol creates a toxic byproduct in your gut, not dehydration, that ruins the next day. Pre-alcohol makes an enzyme to break it down. Drink it first, drink it responsibly, and wake up still feeling fresh. I was skeptical, but the first time that I tried it, rooftop, with my pals, drank it before my first cocktail, next morning, felt amazing, ready to crush the day. Go to zbiotics.com/Pat Mayo to learn more and get 15% off your first order when you use Pat Mayo at checkout. ZBiotic is backed with a 100% money-back guarantee, so if you're unsatisfied for any reason, they'll refund your money, no questions asked. Remember, head to zbiotics.com/Pat Mayo and use the code Pat Mayo at checkout for 15% off. The holidays are here, the season of giving, and at Underdog, they're going big. They even hooked me up with Thunderbirds tickets. It was great. It's like Underdog knows me better than I know myself. But here's the crazy part. They know you guys just as well. From now through the 31st, Underdog is dropping exactly what you want. Daily promos every single day. College football, pro football, basketball, fight sports, you name it. Promos every day for you to enjoy. So check your app every day. It's Underdog Unwrapped, and it's going to be our best one ever. Gold picks. I will be taking, and this is at Pinnacle right now, coolbet.com. If you're in Canada outside of Ontario, you can find yourself some nice odds and quick payouts, fastest in the biz at coolbet.com. But I'm shopping on SharpStack for the best line. Green Bay +7 is going to be my gold pick. Here's the sneaky thing about Green Bay this week, Ben. Regardless of who starts at quarterback, be it Willis or Clayton Tune, both guys are probably still better than Max Brosmer.
Yeah, that's confirmed. Again, the line. I'll just take a shot at the Lions because there's an opening. How they lost to whatever that was that Minnesota put on the field. I believe that was Christmas. Was just disturbing. Like Addison was the main weapon on the outside, and he had no catches. He just happened to score on a 70-yard run. So Green Bay, they did get punched in the mouth, and they got a tune-up for the playoffs. But this is a whole different beast because they're playing a team that has no offense.
And the Packers can block Cam, whereas the Lions can't.
The Lions have to be one of the biggest disappointments in football this year. Like the mistakes that were made. I know all teams have injuries, and you know what? You want to talk about a team like, boo-hoo, let's cry for the Lions. What about the Packers? This team is absolutely cursed. They've had the worst injuries out of anybody. You know what I mean? So no, the Lions. Just watching this team, the window of time, like I don't even know. Like I don't really think I like Campbell, kind of his aggressiveness sometimes, Pat. But just as a coach, their whole staff, like, what are the Lions doing? That's kind of what I'm doing. Like I watch them play, and it's just they're a flawed football team. Like they make so many mistakes.
Well, we have now this year sample, and we'll see where it goes when he gets his new hires with Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn leaving. It kind of left something to be desired with the offense in terms of creativity, and they had a bunch of injuries. The defense had a bunch of injuries. He's going to get a pass. He's going to be fine. But do you think that Dan Campbell would make a better college coach than an NFL coach?
Yes, I do. Actually, I don't know how Ben feels about that, but in college, sometimes you need that guy to motivate. You know, they're not total men yet. Their college games get emotional when a team, like the thing about college compared to the NFL, like NFL has momentum, but Ben will tell you, Pat, like you could see a team like just show up in the first half and disappear. Like it's almost crazy. Like the minute they start to doubt themselves and like, and I would say home court advantage in college basketball is still massive. It's just like these kids are like I look at hockey, I'm like, who cares who has a fucking home? I'd rather be the road team and like just bore you to death and score on a counter. Like, you know what I mean? But in college, it matters because it's emotion. It's huge. It's like, do you agree, Ben? Like, I think college
100%.
basketball is the one that, like,
I mean,
I love taking home dogs in college.
college basketball doesn't even make sense. Like a team will play, they'll win by 30, then they play 2 days later, but they're just on the road, 3 miles down the road, they're +6. Like after being a 20-point fit, it's insane. Like but yeah, I don't know. Dan Campbell, it does feel like maybe, I don't even think it's a hot take, that maybe his whatever it is has kind of run its course a little bit. I want to see if he can be more dynamic because he reminds me a little of McDaniel in Miami. It was working and then it stopped working, and it doesn't seem like he has an audible with the team. Like he just keeps running the same mantras out, and it's not landing anymore.
Great call, Ben. He's like that guy that just, he just keeps on banging his head into a wall.
Yeah, it's the same.
And I could be, sometimes I make the definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting different results. And, and Pat, over time, we eventually have to change some of the things we're doing. I could be really stupid, but Dan Campbell's an NFL coach, and I'm not. I'm a radio host or television, whatever. You know what I mean? Like we're in broadcast media. This guy is literally, I just look at him and go, what are you doing? Like, you just like adapt, figure it out, change tactics. Ben, it happens in horse racing, right? Sometimes you got to lay back a little bit. Sometimes you make a killer move inside, right? It's like one of those things, like know the scenario and figure it out. And if something bad happens, have a plan B and a plan C.
Looking at this line, it's anywhere from 4.5 to 7 now, depending on where you bet. And I'm guessing, as it is with most Week 18s, that the place where you bet will have an entirely different number than the other place where you could bet, and the 10 other ones where you could bet. So line value this week is going to be massive, Ben.
Oh, no doubt. Because again, there's so many weird, like it's just personnel, information, who's quote unquote, who's playing to win, all that type of stuff. So you want to shop it and just secure the number. And you're going to see, Cam said this at the top, you don't see typically, unless there's major injuries, games open at like 4.5 and close at 9.5. That just doesn't happen in the NFL. This week, you see so many spreads moving, multiple points through key numbers.
So the quick version of my Green Bay +7 pick is going to be, I'm not laying 7 points with Max Brosmer. That's a pretty good strategy in my mind, at least for my gold pick. You guys got one?
Ben, would you, as the guest, would you like to go for gold?
Sure. So we talked about at the top of the show, how do we parse through teams, super motivated, not motivated. And I think the best angle with that is when you have a team that has stuff going on, and that's the Chargers. And so for me, I'm going to isolate the Broncos first half. There are 6.5s out there. I saw -115. I will lay 6.5 in the first half. The Broncos need to handle their business. The Chargers are not all of the season. They have stuff to play for in the future, and they are super incentivized to call everybody off. How Herbert is still standing, God only knows. The offensive line is in shambles. They are, to me, one of the most likely teams to straight mail it in. The Broncos jump on them early. Maybe the Broncos gear down late, which is why I want to isolate the first half, because the Broncos, obviously, they want the 1 seed, and then they want to not get anyone hurt. I expect them to be up double digits at halftime.
I like this angle a lot, Cam.
I do too. I think I got to be honest with you too. And the level of like the talent gap between Herbert and a backup, like just the way this guy's played this year, he deserves an award just for being hurt and grinding. And let's call it out for what it is. Pat, Houston was my gold pick last week, but the referees at the end of that game did the Chargers that was almost insane. Like, guys, like, what are we doing here? Let these guys play. It's professional football. And I was even on Houston going, wow, that call really helped me there. I thought it was ridiculous. And who knows what they would have done. But yeah, I'm with Ben. I think the Denver Broncos absolutely take these guys out to the woodshed.
Gold pick for you?
Gold pick will be the Pittsburgh Steelers +3.5.
I like this. Everyone I've talked to likes Baltimore. I'm glad you're with me on Pittsburgh.
Not me, Pat. And I looked at this game. The first thing that popped out, and I get a hook too. I'm on FanDuel. I'm not even paying I'm paying regular juice. I'm like, okay, that's fine. I went against Pittsburgh last week with Cleveland against that defense. Now they're at home, and we look at betting football like a stock. Oh, look at Henry and the Ravens. They're back. Yeah, it was against Green Bay. Green Bay played like shit. And what have you guys done all year? Pittsburgh's one team. They're a Jekyll and Hyde team. But now I'm getting them as 3.5 home point dogs. I think they can win this game outright. So a divisional game, close. If Baltimore wins, it's by 3. I'm getting 3.5. Give me the Pittsburgh Steelers as my gold pick, Pat. I think they win the game outright.
I'm with you. I think they win the game too. I can see this, Ben, going the complete other way. I think it really depends on Lamar. And what we've seen from Lamar is when he's injured or not 100%, he's just not that effective. And there's no way he could be 100% for this game.
No, it doesn't seem like he's been 100% at all at any point. And I don't think, I don't think they even expected to have this chance. So not even on my list. 3.5 is significant in a game like that. It's going to be a grind. And honestly, Baltimore, the only thing they've had all year is name recognition. If you went blank resume, the team has done absolutely nothing. Cool. They're lucky they even have a chance.
If they get in, let's say they win this game convincingly, Cam, and you lose the gold pick, Baltimore wins 28-10.
I'll be in big trouble because I'm putting this one in a lot of different contexts.
Fair enough, but let's just say that. Will it give credence to a Baltimore run in the postseason? Because it's not like even if the Steelers get in, I don't think the Steelers are any good at all. But could they get to the AFC Championship game if they get in? I mean, there's I didn't want to see an easy path, but it's not that difficult. Like, they have to beat Houston at home. I mean, yeah, Houston's going to be favored, but it'll be like by 2.5 points. They could win that game.
I think in the AFC, I look at like the only team I wouldn't take seriously is Pittsburgh. I think Jacksonville can beat Buffalo. Buffalo can beat you know what I mean? It's one of those things. I'm looking at the teams going, yeah, anybody. Chargers can get on a heater. Like, who's the best team in the AFC? New England. What's happening with Diggs in this situation here? By the way, you see that video when he was with the Giants? What player would you not like to date my sister? Diggs. And it's like, and he's like, hey man, these guys don't know me. I'm a great guy. It was like, and then he picked some guy. He goes, why this guy? Because he's ugly. I'm just like, what is happening here? Anyway, I digress, Spency. This is what happens. I go on these tangents, then I forget what I'm talking about. Yeah, anybody could beat anybody. Baltimore, when you have a running game with Henry and Mitchell's a nice change of pace back, definitely. Like, I look at the NFL. Hell, if the Packers had a couple more guys healthier and everyone's like, oh, they're dead. Like, anything can happen in a football game, man. And I think this year there's no clear cut like who is the best. Like everyone's talking about the Rams. They have flaws too. Seattle. Look at Darnold. Like there's anything can happen, man. Actually, I think the Jacksonville Jaguars are a dangerous team.
I meant to ask you about Darnold. Like the past few weeks, he's been throwing it into linemen. He tried to throw away that game at Carolina. Carolina just wasn't any good.
They're horrible. Yeah. I'm concerned, Pat, but let's put it this way. Look at Darnold as a guy, like a backup quarterback coming in a game, and look at the stat line, 12 for 18, 146 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. I could live with that because I don't want to see 2 picks, 3 picks, or 4. With that defense that they have, Kenneth Walker will be unleashed. McDonald didn't use him a lot during the year. They're saving him to go nuts in the playoffs. Charbonnet, as I talk about, is a very good power back and blocker. Charles Cross on the offensive line getting hurt is a big deal for Seattle because they need that line to keep Darnold upright. As long as he doesn't, like Pat, it's weird. I almost want be a game manager. Hand off the ball. Keep it simple. Like, you know what I mean? And the minute he starts like going nuts and trying to, but it's weird because he makes great throws.
Oh,
and
yeah.
He makes horrible throws.
Yeah,
He's
he does make great throws. I completely agree with you. It's just those like 7-yard crossing routes over the middle where he feels a little bit of pressure and just throws it into people.
Yeah, I don't know how Ben feels about this, but they got like every time teams come up with exotic blitzes where they drop linebackers, I shit myself. It's like he still hasn't figured out, like I'm watching the Rams play and that's a perfect way to defend Sam Darnold. He's looking and he's like, oh my God, there's a guy and there's 3 guys and you'll throw it to a guy on the other team. If it's just one-on-one coverage deep, he throws a beautiful deep ball. Like you've seen some of the things he's done with JSN this year, like, and the throws to Barner and the comeback against the Rams. It's throwing into windows with in-zone coverages. He's I don't know what it is. It's almost like he has double vision. Like he just sees defender. Like it's weird. How do you describe it, Ben? You tell me, but it's certain coverages.
Yeah. I mean, I think I agree with you guys. The formula for Seattle is don't let Darnold lose the game or win the game. Just let him do his part and let the rest of that team win the game. If Darnold's stat line isn't the first headline in the newspaper, either direction, that's good for Seattle. Like they don't want, and they would probably sign for no picks and no touchdowns over 3 and 3.
Yes,
like,
and that defense is elite, Pat. As you saw, he tried. Like he was horrible against Carolina, but Seattle's defense is just like, come on, man, bring it on, bring it on, bring it on. They have a lot of like Witherspoon and Emma Wara. Like they got Lawrence. Like some of these guys on this team, I knew their defense was going to be a lot better, but not like this. It's really good. That's why I think they could beat San Francisco. It's the defense, not the offense.
Yeah, I actually like Seattle this week, but let's live in a world where they lose this week and San Francisco ends up with the 1 seed, forcing the Seahawks into the 5. Here is the nightmare scenario for the Seahawks: that the Bucks beat the Panthers on Saturday, but then the Falcons beat the Saints, thus allowing the Panthers back into the playoffs. Seattle goes to Carolina again, and the team that none of us think, I mean, I don't know about you. Like Cam and I don't think Carolina's any good. They have not shown to be any good, but that is ripe for like the Saints at Seattle Marshawn Lynch game where it's just like, oh my God, this 13 and a half point underdog just won outright at home.
Yeah, I mean, that is the one thing we're talking about both sides, whether it's the Steelers or you win your division, you get that home game. Like that's huge, obviously. And so we'll see. Carolina's impossible. I don't think they're going to beat Tampa, honestly, but they're Jekyll and Hyde. Their best wins I'll stack up against anyone. It's just week to week, they don't look like that good of a team.
Silver picks. So Green Bay, Denver, Pittsburgh across the board for gold picks. I am going to take the Dallas Cowboys minus 3.5 on the road at the Giants. This is the same Giants team that was an underdog to Vegas last week before they pulled Max Crosby and Brock Bowers out for the season. And then it flipped to being the Giants being favored on the road. But if you were an underdog to Vegas anywhere in the world at some point last week, Dallas is just way better than that. And they're playing their guys. It's only 3.5. It's up to 5.5 in some spots. I can see this one getting out of control. If you like it, go to CoolBet right now. Bet it at 3.5 because it's going up, Ben.
I like your pick, Pat. I like the Packers pick, and I like this one. Let's remember Josh Johnson in Washington. That back door was open the whole time. Dallas, like their offense did anything they wanted to in that game. Don't let the Raiders game fool you. The Raiders without Crosby, they suck shit. As I know, that's basically like the Seattle Southwest with Carroll and Geno Smith. This team's a train wreck. So, that Giants win doesn't look very good to me. I think Dallas wins this game by like 13.
You said the back door was open for Josh Johnson. Was the back door ever available at Hotel Stewart?
Yes, it was, Pat. It was. The back door is always open. When John and Joanne go up north, the back door is open.
Ben?
I used to have people like literally like leave their home and live with me. Like I come back from work, I'm like, you're still here? Like, are you going to pay rent? It's like I'm going to Little Caesars Pizza, butchering pies so I can eat, and you're just hanging out on my couch. Like, where's the fee? You know what I mean, Pat? It's like those couch surfers from Australia. They'll never leave your home.
That was
banging everybody in my house. All these girls we're living with. They're like, it's like, dude, like I get it. You're on crutches, but you got to go. Like
that was my house in third year of college. Just everyone just lived at my house. There was
there
was four of us who lived there, and there was just 10 people there at all times.
Yes, like, I love it, Pat. It's fun for the first couple days. Hey, we're playing ping pong. We're getting drunk, and then I'm like, oh, I'm going to work, and you're still here. Like after a while, it's kind of like, okay, there, couch surfer, beat it, or give me money.
Do you like Dallas here, Ben?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I'm going to have something, again, I don't know the etiquette. I don't have a side. I have a total in this game. It's going to be my bronze.
You're not to do anything the hell you want to do because Pizzola's sick so bad you do whatever. We usually but do it your way, right, Pat? That's the way it works today.
Hey, I do want to give a special shout out to Pizzola, who's having a fantastic year. On this show where we just give 3 picks, I believe he's, what is it, Jared? He's 13 games above 5. He's 14-4 with his gold pick.
Yeah, that'll play.
No, Pizzola's good. Like and the thing is, he takes things like me and him are similar, Ben, but he does sometimes the dogs a little bit better. Like he liked the Falcons, right? And originally liked the Rams, and then I saw the reverse line movement. Then I'm like, nah. Now I'm on Atlanta. Pizzola already liked it before, and even a better number when it was 8.5 instead of 7. So let's give Rob some credit. He's very, very good with underdogs and
15 games above 500. And his top 2 rated picks, gold and silver, 14-4 and 13-5 this year. Cam, you're 10-6-2 on the gold and 10-7-1 with the silver. You're above 500 on both. I'm doing
okay.
I'm just
Rob's at a professional level right now.
I have tanked the past 4 weeks. I was 5 games above 500 4 weeks ago.
The NFL's tough. Like that's the thing. Like Ben will tell you, like you could find like there's guys who enter the college football contest in Vegas, and they're hitting like a 78 to 85%. Like it's weird. Like some guys just see the board. Like NFL is so damn hard. So if you're above like 60%, like you're doing quite well, I would think. Right, Ben? What's the number?
Oh, 54? Yeah. I mean, they're just hyper efficient lines.
That's really the thing. In college, like we get a game. Yeah. Like during the regular season, Pat will get Coastal Carolina versus Old Dominion. Where like they're looking at Alabama, Georgia, whatever. There's literally 20 or 30 games that the books throw at a number, and you can do deep diving if you actually know about college football. It takes work, but you can do it, right? And I'm not going to say it's going to happen every time, but you can find significant edges because they don't have the ability to cap how many, 300 and something down, 342. College basketball is even crazier than football. College basketball. It's nuts. Pat, there's teams called Queens. You're like, what? Queens University in Kingston, Ontario? No, it's in North Carolina. Like, who are these teams? They got like cooking schools plus 42.5 spatulas. It's nuts.
Well, what's your pick, Ben?
The spatulas. I'm going to go with the Bears. It's the same angle we were just talking about. This is a different direction. Most disappointing teams that now have nothing to play for. I think at the top of that list is the Lions.
First of all, Lions?
What'd you say?
You like the Lions or Bears?
No, I like the Bears.
Oh, you like the Bears? Okay.
Sorry to say. The Lions, when they had something to play for, were complete. The line has crumbled. The actual offensive line. Goff is a mess. They had 6 turnovers against Minnesota. Now they got to go outdoors to Chicago, who still has, I'm sure Chicago wants to lock up the 2 and do what they do. And as much as I think it's all smoke and mirrors for them. I have to give Caleb some credit. I do think he's progressing. They're progressing. It's dynamic. Ben Johnson, he knows what he's doing, all of that stuff. They are playing a team. The worst thing you can be is high expectations, and now it's over. What a bad time for the Lions. I think they just mercifully end their season. The Bears, I'm not going to say roll them, but the Bears should handle them.
I agree. I like the Bears this week as well at -3. Cam, silver pick.
Interesting. So like we can touch the Saturday games, correct?
Yep.
Do I dare take my team, Pat, I really like them.
I like them too. I think of all the teams in the NFC playoff picture, this is the worst matchup for the 49ers.
I think Seattle, if they don't screw, like honestly, if they go in there and just play their game with that defense, I think they'll win this game by 10 to 13 points. I really do.
I can see it because if they can force a turnover somewhere and then keep their foot on the gas, it's just they can go. They have the Rams and Seahawks both have enough defense and offense to go toe to toe with the 49ers offense, which is pretty incredible right now.
I like both Saturday games. I like the Bucks too. I don't know, Ben, you like the Bucks?
I like the Bucks too,
Wait till we get to Pat's bronze picks because the Bucks aren't on it.
Oh, you like Carolina?
Yeah. I don't know what Tampa Bay team you guys have been watching.
I know. I'm telling you this. It's like a cat that's got 9 lives, and they just got enough left in them.
They're actively telling us they suck.
They do suck, but I like them this week. I don't know, Pat. I can't help what I like. They just
lost to fucking Quinn Ewers.
I'm betting on them.
Quinn Ewers just lit them up.
Yeah, the Dolphins were pesky that day. Tampa Bay, I don't know what they're doing, but anyway,
they're doing nothing.
Yeah, they're shit. Can I get a 1 or what am I looking at here?
You can get a 1. Yeah, you can still get a 1 on Seattle.
Seattle at +1.5. The line has flipped to -1.5. I'll take Seattle -1, please. I think they beat the Niners. Sorry, Niner Nation. 2 of my best friends are Niner fans. I know a lot. It's weird. I know so many people in my inner circle that love the Niners, and I'm the only Seahawks fan. But it's me versus the world last week, just like the Browns. Go Seattle.
Bronze picks, I'm taking Carolina +3. I think Carolina wins the game outright, puts all of this nonsense to bed. And even if they lose, they still have an out to make the playoffs. There's just nothing. At least Carolina's defense has started to show up a little bit. Like they do. They're kind of like the Saints in a weird way, but somehow with a worse quarterback. But they just find ways, win, loss, win, loss, win, loss. They just lost. They're going to win. And I have zero faith in Tampa Bay at this point. They don't play defense. Baker's dead out there. No one can catch a pass. And their best player on offense is probably Bucky Irving. And so they give him the ball 30% of the time.
Ben, can you make a case for the Buccaneers? Because I'm kind of with you on this one. You sound. Let's just say I'm Lionel Hutz and you're a better lawyer. So I'll let you take lead counsel on this one, please.
Creamsicle jerseys, if they choose to don them, that's elite color scheme. Yeah, I mean, listen, the thing about Tampa, and listen, I just talked about the Lions. If both teams, and Tampa hasn't done this at all, but if both teams played their A game, Tampa should roll. Tampa has a lot of talent out there. They just have not been able to put it together. And clearly, they've had 4 or 5 or 6 opportunities to do just that, and they continuously flop. And now there's the Falcons situation, but they are at home. Baker's gutsy, and even though I don't think Bryce Young is terrible, I thought he could do a little more, and maybe it's Seattle's that good, but you can't be having 50-yard passing games in crucial moments like he did last week. So it's not my favorite thing in the world, but I do think the Bucs will I'm going to say survive. I don't even know if that means advance, though, at this point, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy with that win on Monday night, Cam, that all of a sudden, even if the Bucs win, they might not get in.
Yeah, well, the Buccaneers, you guys had this team started off gangbusters, Pat. We should go back in the hot tub time machine and talk about, oh yeah, the Bucs I've never seen a team go from like this. And I know every team has injuries. Like they've been a shit show. Like they've been at opportunities. Hell, they beat Seattle. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, and then just keep on losing and losing and losing in heartbreaking ways. Remember that last game against Carolina? They were going in for to win the game. You know what I mean? And then Evans fell down and he ran the wrong pattern, and Baker Mayfield tried to do everything he could. I just don't understand the problem with the Buccaneers. Like they used to get pressure with their front four. I don't know. The one thing that Carolina has is I like their guys like Horn on defense rather than the guys that the Bucs have. But Baker Mayfield's the type of guy to will his team to a win, and it's a short spread.
If you can find the right book, yeah, there's Horn on defense, but I think it's Jimmy Horn on offense for Carolina. They love giving him 2 touches a game. If you can find his over-under total yards at 6.5, over is always the move. Guy's good. Not really actually good, but he's fast.
He's fast, yeah. No, it's funny, Drew, because Pat, I was talking to Drew.
How dare you? You call me my former intern's name? How dare you?
Just listen to this way, because I'm doing a show after. I go like this. I go, because everyone likes those hipster picks. So remember David Sills, who went to West Virginia as the Falcons receiver? Pat, listen to this one. I go, Crosby, Sills, Nash, and Young. He goes, what? I go, Crosby, Sills, Nash, and Young. He goes, what the hell are you talking about? I go, Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young. The music group. He goes, No. Like he didn't know. Then I asked him, it was, know what I love about this guy? It's just sports or like anything within the last year. I love that guy.
Drew does love Richard Gere. Don't forget
No,
that.
no, and he loves? He loves Richard Gearbox and he loves Tom Cruise. That's it. Everybody else, he doesn't even know. Oh yeah, what was the other actor's name that I said he didn't know who he was? Oh, it was amazing. Anyway, yeah, sorry about that. I thought the Crosby, Sills, Nash, and Young joke was pretty good. Went right over his head.
For a while, I thought that David Sills was Kenny Stills, and I had gotten to a time
Oh
machine.
yeah, remember Kenny Stills? Yes.
Or it was like Kenny Stills' son or something.
Yeah, no, I love Drew. Sorry, the peanut gallery got a little bit upset there. Anyway, yeah, Sills, that guy.
Bronze pick, Ben. You got a total?
I do. It's kind of working off what you said. I think Dallas is going to hang a bunch of points, and I think the Giants will score. I like the over in that game. I think there's 51.5 floating out there. It's just going to be Dallas has been out of it for quite a while. They're all systems go. And the Giants, they'll make some plays. I still think Dallas's defense showed some improvement, but it's still Dallas's defense. That game to me screams like, 38-27 type output. So I think it's probably pretty public, but I just like an over there.
Yeah, 50.5 is the lowest you can get it to the over-under right now. So we'll give you Dallas 50.5. I was actually thinking the same thing about the Bills and the Jets because it's as low as 37.5 in some spots. Here's a fun fact about both those teams, Cam. They don't play defense.
Nope, no defense at all. That game's got track meet written all over it, for sure.
Even if it's Trubisky throwing to Ray Davis or whatever it might be.
Yeah, no, the thing is, it's the last game in Buffalo Stadium. Don't you want to go out with a bang?
They'll play Allen for a series, and then he'll hit the bench.
I think they might play him for a few, actually. They murdered the Jets the first time they played him.
Yeah, but he's already hurt.
That's true.
Don't chance anything. You have one chance. This is your chance without potentially Lamar, Mahomes, all these guys in the AFC not being.
Will it matter, though? It's funny. I did a show with Gabe, and he's kind of right. Like, I didn't even like them going for 2 in that spot. It just felt weird. And I know all analytics, whatever, say go for it. But you held Jalen Hurts to no completion. He was 0 for 7 in the second. Like, your defense was showing up. Why don't you just play overtime and beat them then? Anyway, I have a different philosophy, I guess. But I'm like, what are you guys doing? And that was a horrible throw. Sure, they should have won the game. If it's a good throw, the Bills win. I just think, when you're that hot defensively and you shut down the team after they scored 13, why don't you beat them in overtime? That's my opinion. I know a lot of people will feel differently, but that's
I feel differently. I think you go for the win there because you can't chance the tie for one thing because the tie does you no good in case you can't score and they can't score.
I understand that.
And so you get a chance from the 2-yard line to win the game with the best quarterback probably in the league. Go for it.
And if he's banged up too.
Yeah,
you don't want to play him.
And if he is banged up, like you said, like, do you really want him out there more?
I just don't understand how you have a quarterback in Josh Allen's size, girth, whatever, and you can't do a tush push when other teams do it with guys half the size.
I mean, his is super effective. They were just at the 2. It's hard to do a 2-yard tush push.
Yeah, I don't know. The Bills came. Everything has to be drama with these guys. Just go out there and fucking show up in the first quarter and win a football game. Why does everything have to be a comeback?
Impossible.
Yeah, exactly. Impossible. What am I going to do for my bronze pick, Ben? I actually kind of like the Lions, as crazy as that sounds.
Do you want to go head to head with
Ben?
Ben?
We don't go. Nope, not Ben's a special guest. It's not. We don't go against each other in this one. So I'm going to find a new one because this is his first time on the show. Pat, I'm going to do something absolutely stupid in a team that cost me a lot of money last week. I'm taking the Saints.
I like the Saints. 3.5.
I'm taking the Saints. I'll get 3.5. I'm going to tell you, I think they beat the Falcons outright. What do we remember in the NFL? What we saw last? Oh, Bijan Robinson on the Falcons. Oh, they beat the Rams. The Rams played like shit that game. Like, they couldn't have played any worse. The Saints are winning football games, and I mean winning football games and beating. They're competitive. They're just competitive. Let's take a look at this. Sure, the Jets, they win by 1 million. They win by 23. You beat the Titans by 8 on the road. You beat the Buccaneers on the road by 4. I know the Buccaneers are struggling a little bit. Other than the Dolphins, they lose. Like, also a revenge spot. The Falcons beat them in November 23rd. They beat them by 14. The Saints beat the Panthers. Like, they beat the Panthers twice this year. Like, the Saints can play in this game. Give me 3.5 with they're probably my third favorite team. I love the New Orleans Saints. I really like Shuck a lot, Pat. We talked about backup quarterbacks. He's now the starter. Let's give the Saints credit. They are an absolute bunch of grinders who I love cheering for. They work hard. Shuck is really a battler. I'm very impressed. And their defense, remember when they stopped Tampa Bay like 8 times from the half-yard line? Like the one thing you can get with the Saints is a good effort, a good, honest effort.
Yeah,
New Orleans, please.
Good effort. They have something to play for, better than average defense, and the offenses look better under Shaq. I'm with you. I like New Orleans here too. I think they'll win.
Yeah. I mean, this is not how sports or the NFL works, but I think right now, as crazy as it sounds, I think the Saints are the best team in the South. I really do.
I agree with you.
Like they just got off to, whether it's Rattler or it took some time,
Oh, it was
obviously
Rattler.
earlier in the year.
Rattler was a turnover machine without not having the team behind. Let's take a look at, people want to talk about Darnold. Rattler gives games away. That Tampa Bay game, their defense couldn't have played any better, Pat. The first drive, mistake, fumble, pick. And then that's when Chuck finally came in and he had no experience and it took him a while, like any young quarterback. He had to figure it out and now he's starting to learn about the NFL and he can move his feet too. Rattler can move, but Chuck is a very good athlete. Very solid.
He is. And we actually spoke about Kellen Moore a little bit on the Tuesday show, but no one really brings him up as doing a good job this year. It seemed like it was the right, because the Saints, even if they started Chuck all year, it's not like they were a playoff bound team, that them sitting Chuck at the beginning of the year and giving him coaching him up, giving him a little bit of time to develop, and then deploying him week 6, week 7 after getting that experience to get real game experience, that it might be one of the best decisions of the year if he turns out to be good.
Yes. Yeah. Man, how you feel? If they started Chuck, I think we'd be having a different conversation about New Orleans.
I mean, if they beat the Falcons, they'll finish one game out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, he's also basically bet on himself. And now the thing is, if you're the Saints, guys, do you draft a quarterback? I don't.
Well, now we're there. They might end up with 7 wins now. Or 6 wins. 6 wins, 7 wins, 7 wins. They can finish 7 and 10. They're not even going to have a good pick.
Well, yeah. I'm just saying though, you look at people oh yeah, it's is he the answer? They're gonna go get a no. You go build the teams on the lines. The Saints.
If they had the number 1 pick, they would pick a quarterback. Having the 12th pick, they're not going to pick a quarterback. They'll play Chuck.
I don't even think they should pick a quarterback. I think he deserves another year under his belt. Arch Manning will be back in the draft the following year. I don't know what other quarterbacks are going to come out and be eligible, but I think Chuck's earned the right to be the Saints starting quarterback next year.
I can see it. And the good thing about getting the hook here with the 3.5 with New Orleans is that even if Atlanta jumps out to a 28-0 lead, they'll just only win by 3.
Think about Atlanta. You saw that game against the Rams. Atlanta's a good dog. We talk about this all the time. It's just one of those things. I don't want to lay any points with Atlanta. And you're going to give me a field goal and a hook with the Saints? I'm in. I'm all in.
They covered 1 game as a favorite this year. That was 2 weeks ago against the Cardinals. And they could have outright lost that game on the final drive.
Correct.
So, to recap the picks, I got Green Bay, Dallas, and Carolina. Ben has the Broncos -6.5 in the first half, the Bears, and then Dallas Giants over 50.5. Cam, you have Pittsburgh, Seattle, and New Orleans as your picks. We do need to make a teaser out of this, though. Ben, as it works on this show, we're 10-7 for the year. It's a 6-point teaser. Everyone gets to nominate 1 leg of the teaser. So I will take the Packers up to 13.
Packers up to 13. Yeah. That's a lot of points.
Yeah.
What do you think, Ben? You can do anything with the teaser. Any game you want.
All right. Anything I want with the teaser. I think you could just double dip the Broncos. I'm not going to do that let's make it a little more fun. We didn't talk about this game, and it is 2 irrelevant teams, but I do think that Cleveland kind of peaked, for lack of a better term, last week. Give me Cincinnati. It'll be about a 1 point, basically, to win that game. I think Cincinnati at home will finish on a high note. They're playing better. They're better than Cleveland, so you can tease them down to 1. You cross 7, you cross 3.
Yeah, the Bengals minus. Is there a 6.5? Yeah, there is a 6.5. The Bengals minus 6.5 was going to be my backup pick in case one of you guys stole one of my picks. So I'm on board with that for sure, Cam.
Yeah, I like it. There's so many things I want to do, Pat, but I don't know what what do I do here? So you like the Packers. I agree with the Bengals. I think they should win the game. Saints, I'm already on. Can't do that. What do you guys think about the Bills down to 1.5?
Yeah. I like it enough. Like I like the Bills in that game, but
Just give me the Bill. I don't trust the Bills. They're at home, even with Trubisky, whatever. Just what do they have to win the game by? 2 points, right?
No. You can get us. You can. There's 7 still out there, so you can get them down to -1.
Perfect. That's even better. Bills, please.
Right, Bills it is for Cam. So Green Bay +13, Cincinnati -0.5 point, Buffalo -1, which means it's time for the most electrifying segment in sports betting, the fastest 60 seconds in the NFL, provided by Cam Stewart. Go.
Yar, Happy New Year. You put a cannon through my ship. This is your final chance, Tampa Bay. Yar, -3.5 swords. Seahawks taking a bite out of the man panning for gold. Heavenly Father, you cost me a lot of money last week in the confessional. I know I should have taken the Saints, but I took the Titans. Never again make that mistake, Lord. I want the Saints. God, please help me, gambler. I love you. And we're taking down boy. Man, Bengals. They're going to beat the Browns. We like that. I love cheese. It bungs me up with diabetes. 5.5 wheels of the pack. Texans. 10.5 ropes. That's a lot of rope. Remember the Titans, Pat? I am going back to these turkeys against the Jaguars. Too many points. Titans, got no sound effects for them. Chiefs at any number because the Raiders suck. Lions +3 roars. I know, Ben, I love you like a brother, but I gotta take the Lions. They're actually almost made my mineral pick. What do we got here? And down the stretch they come. Oh, sovereignty finds a way to get it done in the Derby. 11.5 furlongs with Denver. Flipper, me. I come to Marineland. It's gone, but I'll take the Dolphins. 10.5 Dolphins. What do I got here? Get down and give me 20 maggot. I'll take the Commanders +7 push-ups against the Eagles. Cardinals 7.5 chirps. I think they can get it done and cover the number. Buffalo. Oh yeah. Minus water bill. $124 for water. Why don't I just bring a damn friggin' well? I hate you. My bills are killing me. Buffalo Bills -7.5 car payments. What else do we got here? Where do we go? What, Pat? What am I going to do? Village People with the Steelers. Wear a hard hat. 3.5 points. Beat the Ravens. I am done. Horrible. Hey, I'll get new material for next year. Happy New Year, everybody.
Ben, how was your first experience with the fastest 60 seconds?
It was actually very well Pat knows when I first came out, I was hot, Ben, but I'm like the Buccaneers. Every week it just gets a little bit harder.
That was very impressive.
I need to do Buffalo Bill, Pat. Know what we got to do, Pat? Team meeting in the off season. We'll come up with some beautiful things.
I will give you the one right now. The one that you haven't pulled out yet is where you just start doing the goodbye horses, and then you pull back from the camera, and you got the sack tucked back, and you're going, "Would you fuck me?"
Hey, we got to bring back golf season's right around the corner. We got some horse racing, whatever we do.
7.5 people skin suits with the Buffalo Bills.
Oh, wow.
Or 7.5 great big fat people with the Buffalo Bills.
7.5. What do they do? See that commercial, Pat, too, where they christen the baby like with the thing, or in the name of Andre Reed, Marv Levy, and it's like Bill's Mafia. That's what they do. They put the little baby through like some styrofoam or something like that. Anyway. Yeah, these guys are fucked. I'm going to tell you something, though. I love the people of Buffalo. I go to Sabre games for literally free. And ever since, Pat, it's funny. The Buffalo Sabres have won 9 games in a row. They're the hottest team in the National Hockey League. They used to be shit. I've been to 3 Sabre games this year. All of a sudden, like, maybe Buffalo should hire me because I'll tell you, the Sabres are on fire. This team hasn't gone on a run like this since 2018. I went to 3 games. Crazy.
They should hire you to be the in-rink host.
Yes.
I feel like they only hire like babes to do that, but I feel like you'd be really good at it.
Actually, in Buffalo, it's really weird. It's like a prison work program. I've never seen a team with 16 ice people. Me and my buddy Ian go to the game when he can't sell tickets. So I see teams like the Flames, the Utah Mammoth. Know what, Ben? I go to the shit tickets that he can't sell. And he goes, "Hey, man, you want to go to a hockey game?" And it's always Monday night when I don't have to do a late show. So I've been to 3 Sabre games this year. And let me tell you, I don't know if it's a prison work program with Pagula, but there's 16 cleaners of ice. I'm like, I go to leave. I'm like, there's like 5 or 6 in every other, like, what are they doing there? And why are they doing it? And the girl's the only one with a shovel. These guys are just sitting around going, yeah, man, I can't wait to, the next break, let's go and smoke one and then come back. It's like, what do you do? They don't even fix the ice. It's nuts. They're walking around and they got great, like kind of like weird coveralls and stuff. It's like, I got to tell you though, Pat, no community has more gingers per capita than Buffalo, and they've treated me like a son. I don't want to give my allegiance up, but when I go to Buffalo, I feel like I'm home. They treat me very well there, and I like the people.
I like that a lot. Ben, New Year's resolutions? Any plans?
New Year's resolutions. Do we have any?
New Year's resolutions. I mean, most of them will take care of themselves, like stop betting the Falcons, stuff like that. Yes. Mercifully ending. No, just same old. Yeah, just stop leaking money in bad markets. Probably bet a little less soccer in my life. Maybe bet more Tage anytime goal scores because the guy put it in the net. So
not betting Australian horse racing. Maybe like clean up my place every once in a while. Resolution when I see dirt, like just maybe get a vacuum, and and stop betting on shit teams and let's make money.
Yep, that's really what sums it up.
We shall return next Thursday, Cam, Rob, and I, with the best bets for the first round of the NFL playoffs, so stay tuned. As I mentioned, me, Custin, Garian have the best moments of 2025, dropping on the YouTube feed and the Pat Mayo Experience audio feeds on New Year's Day. Then me and Michael Kim for almost 2 hours chatting about what happens on the PGA Tour on Friday. More stuff, more football, more golf is coming back. So get that back in your life. FantasyGolfChampionships.com to get inside the one and done. If you're watching this before New Year's, send me a screenshot of your entry and you'll get into a draw for another that's worth $250. All right. Thank you all for watching. Happy New Year. See you next time.
Pat Mayo Experience! Experience!